Welcome to Tech in the Classroom today. I'm Mr. Parrott. I'm Mr. Parrott. Welcome to episode 2 of our Google Classroom series, I guess, playlist, whatever you want to call it. Let's get back into it. This is the channel we created in episode 1. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, click back and check it out in the playlist. It's the first one. We just set this up and then added a student. Today we want to talk about assignments, which I know that's probably something everyone's interested in getting into, and it's that button down here at the bottom I talked about the very first episode, which is just these adding things. We're going to talk first about adding and creating an announcement. You could select the class that you're going to do. You can also put it in multiple classes if you have multiple sections going at the same time and you put them in different classes, which you probably should have. But if you want to make one announcement for everybody, you're going to be gone for the day, or it's a snow day, or whatever it is, you can do that. So here's the announcement. We're going to let's see. I'm terrible at coming up with this stuff on the fly. I have a list of things to do here, but I did not come up with an announcement to put in. But let's just say I have no idea for some reason. Watch the con video this weekend. Okay, something like that. Give it a subject here. And then you have these 4 buttons down here at the bottom, which are going to look familiar on every one of these buttons for the most part. We'll put it in the math topic because we created it last time. You just click on the YouTube. You're going to get that. Khan Academy. Let's say long division. Okay, it's going to get it to the video right there. Let's see. Obviously, pre-watch all this stuff before you go signing it to your class, but okay, we're going to add the video right there. It's going to add it right to the announcement. We could also add a file to it, or add, check out a PowerPoint or so forth. And then we get a couple options here. We can save it as a draft. Let's say we're not ready to post it yet. We're working ahead of time. We can schedule it. So we're saving it because we're not sure when it's going to go out. We're going to schedule it to come out on Friday because that's when we want the kids to be able to see it. Or we can just post it. We're going to post it real quick. And then there it is. There it is. You got the topic there. You got your statement there, then you've got the video for them to check into. And honestly, the announcements can be used for anything. Don't forget, lunch on Friday. Maybe you got a field trip coming up. You just want to remind them. Then that way there's no topic there. Nothing to link to or anything like that. There you go. And we get lunch on Friday. And that's one way you can just sort of, keep that classroom communication open to you, and then they can actually respond back to you, and you can respond back to them if there's questions. If that's you can be as open or as closed as you want to be here on Google Classroom. It's just really completely up to you and how it's going to fit your style. That's the announcement. We want to do one more. We're going to do a quick check here. We're going to do a quick check by just adding a question. Let's say you've got the kids have watched a video. They watched that Khan Academy video, and you just want basically to ask them, I don't know, there's a couple different things you can have them do. Let's just, okay, let's say you read Pictures of Hollis Woods. So your question is, let me see, I'll just do cut and paste here. Copy, that way I can sort of save you from watching my terrible typing. Make a connection with how Holly feels after the accident on the mountain. Let's say you read Pictures of Hollis Woods and so forth. Set a due date for tomorrow. This is under reading. There you go. And then students here are 2 important buttons here. They can either edit their answer, so they can go back and make changes if they read somebody else's post and thought, well, that's not necessarily what I felt, or they thought about it later, or they found a typo or so forth. I almost leave that open all the time so students can answer or edit their own answers. Here is they can reply to one another. So if you have a classroom where kids can respond respectfully and so forth, or you want to practice that skill, here's that. If you don't want them to respond to one another, you just turn it off. And obviously this is a short answer sort of question. I'll show you multiple choice in just a minute, but that's a short answer sort of question. So there we go. And then we can schedule it. We can save it because we're not quite ready for it, or we're not sure when it's going to go out, or we can just ask the question. And it's going to ask it right there. And students will begin to respond. See, I only have the one student, my son, that we added in the first video here. But you're going to see a running tally here. They will not see this, just you, as we're on the teacher side of things. of who's responded. Let's do create a question again. And we're going to say, you know, what is your fave color? There we go. And due date again is let's make it tomorrow. Again, we can even add a time by 11:49 or 11:59. No topic on this one. Students can edit answers. No, we don't necessarily need them to go back and forth and switch it. But it's going to be a multiple choice question. So now you're going to get this option here. So if you're someone who's used Google Forms before, all of a sudden this interface looks very, very familiar. But let's give them some options here. Red, blue, or yellow. Oh, W. We'll just say other here. There we go. And again, schedule it, just put it out later, or just ask. We're going to ask, and then there you go. You're going to get those questions. I'm going to when we get back to Noah's video, or Noah's, we're going to check back into Noah's account. He's going to look and see how these questions are all look on his side of things. But what you're essentially going to start to see here is he'll be able to respond, and then we're going to get our answers. Now, let's see, if I click on this, you're going to see here, and then you would get immediate feedback right then of what his answers would be. So if he chose red, you'd get one right there. So if you're doing like a exit ticket from your class, or you've had a class lecture, you guys watched a video, you guys did an activity, you can throw up a question or have a question scheduled to go out or whatever at the end of class that day, and then students can jump it right there. Then that allows you to go in and add a grade. This is out of 100 points. He got it right, or let's say it's a math question, not a favorite color question. Add a grade right there and save it. He's going to get feedback once I click return. Okay, he's going to get a return unsubmitted questions. Yeah, because he hasn't. Okay, yeah, he hasn't answered it yet. So there's no reason. Jumped over to Noah's side here, the student side. You see that's my icon here. This is our YouTube class. He even has due Wednesday, so that he sees the two assignments, or the two questions we just created. We jump into the classroom. This is what he's going to see. For multiple choice question, he's just going to get he's going to get the options there. My son's favorite color is yellow. I know that without even thinking about it. So there you go. And he's going to get a response there, how the rest of the students are doing, but only after he's made his answer. And then lastly, make a connection with how student feels after the accident. She feels sad. There we go. Way to go, Noah. And he's going to be able to get a chance to submit that answer. Now he's going to get a green check mark, just like up here, showing that he's done. These two announcements obviously don't have anything to do, but I'm going to have him just comment, watched it, loved it. That's what we want to hear from our students, don't we? He's going to post that on there, so so you can see it there. Now I'm going to jump back over to this classroom, and you're going to see here that now it's been updated here. We see all these things here. If I could have jumped over here fast enough, you would have seen that little thing. This is basically updating the stream. We didn't get a chance to see that though. From Noah's side of it though, or once we see it here, we're going to see that he has responded. Okay, yellow was the right answer, Noah. Great job. 100 points. Going to return it back to him. Private comment. I like yellow. Two. Okay. Well, you give a nice job, great work. Little affirmation there, and then so we've graded it, we've seen it. All 100% of our kids have completed the question. We also have, we see the question itself. We could show the kids how they did using our side of it. Maybe not this side, but we could use this here so they could see how they did. I think you can even graph it out, but maybe that comes later. Again, there we go. We see his response. Could you tell me? I feel like I'm just talking to myself here. More, and then ask the student maybe to elaborate more on their answer. They're then going to get a chance to respond, or you grade it as it is. Oh, maybe not your best effort. No, we'll give you a 90. Return it, and needed more. And again, these comments, I'm showing you here that the one comment there was public. Everyone's going to see that. So that's not a two-way conversation between you and the student. This one here, you see the blue word there, it says private comment. This is just between you and the student, but basically meaning the other classroom, the other students wouldn't be able to see it any longer. You can obviously get back to that conversation log anytime you need to. Just I see it actually says right there, the comments and posted right there in your sort of grade book, so that they have a chance to see that. Now, if I switch back over to Noah's, he's going to get these icons here that basically tell him that it has been returned. It's been returned to him. He can see his classmates' answer in case he wants to see it. He can see the reply where I wrote needed more. And he can also see his grade when he looks at it. Classmates' answers, there are no classmates. So, I mean, there it is. Again, favorite color, returned. He sees his grade. He sees the private comment from me. He can respond with a private comment in case there's some debate or discussion on the assignment. And there it is. Back to our classroom though, and here we go. And now these things are done on his assignment. Woohoo! No work to do soon. You still have these up on yours as the teacher though, to make sure that they so you can keep up with what's going on. We're going to look at how all this stuff is filed and organized once we're done with all of the things on the plus button. But that's just, we're going to wrap this video up here. This was a little longer than what we wanted, but I wanted to get back in there and show you the student side of things. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 2 of Tech in the Classroom today. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to get future updates. And if you have any suggestions on what you want to see more of, let us know in the comments down below. Thanks again so much, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.